The great Sevastopol bell now chimes within the Round Tower, captured in the Crimean War, an echo back to the 19th century of difficulties in that part of the world today. The great bell from Sevastopol was brought to Windsor, and it chimes on the death of a sovereign. As it chimes, it's replied to by the other great bell of the Belfry Tower by St George's Chapel, as the gun too fires in salute. Terry Pendry there, the Queen's stud groom who regularly went riding with Her Majesty, holds Emma, the Queen's favourite horse, as members of the Royal Mews look on as the great equestrian Queen passes by. At the apex of all the paths that lead to the George IV gate, we see the Queen's own private apartments view out on this part of the procession. It was here that she and the Duke of Edinburgh were kept in isolation during the period of COVID, and from here that she gave her address to the nation, reminding us that we would meet again. At the conclusion of the funeral service, the crown, sceptre and orb will be removed from the coffin, and the King will be invited to place the camp colour of the company commander of the Queen's company, who the Queen was, on the coffin where it will always remain. And then the Lord Chamberlain will step forward and break his stave of office and place the two parts on the coffin before it descends. And at that point, all those in service to the late Queen are released from their duties. the sovereign is home, the minute gun fires, the Sevastopol bell rings. And a view of the people she served stretching away on the long walk. And the horses separate from the Queen, who loved horses so well, as she now passes through the quadrangle underneath the Round Tower as her two corgis look on. They gave her so much pleasure in the last months of her life and became such characters from puppies as they filled the corridors with noise again and kept the Queen company. The King and his family wait to join this procession down from the upper ward through the middle ward and into the lower ward where St George's Chapel waits. Beyond the walls, in the east terrace, the cloud from the guns that fire can just be seen as the King and his family now take their position for the last part of this advance to St George's Chapel. Again, members of the household who served the Queen directly have lined up in Engine Court to make their final bow as the Queen passes by. Through the Norman Gate, and the massed pipes and drums start to play Flowers of the Forest. Flowers of the Forest is a lament that remembers the Battle of Flodden Field in 1513, when most of the Scots who fought at the battle were killed. And it has always marked the final part of a sovereign's return to Windsor, and does so for Elizabeth, Queen of Scots. In 1948, as Princess Elizabeth, she came down this hill with her husband at her side, dressed in the robes of the Order of the Garter. It was the 600th anniversary of the foundation of the Order in 1348 by King Edward III. And her father installed her as a lady of the Order of the Garter and her husband as a knight. She served as sovereign of the order from the day she became queen. She comes home to St. George's Chapel, where she'll be laid to rest beside the father who gave her that Order of the Garter. And there she will rest for eternity. passing through the arch into the Horseshoe Cloister, where the scene is set to receive Her late Majesty as the Earl Marshal stands in the middle of the steps, and the ceremonial will begin to remove the Queen finally from the state hearse, as the bearer party will come forward and carry the company commander of the Queen's Company to her final rest. The journey that began at Balmoral all those days ago, that passed through the beauty of Aberdeenshire and down the east coast of Scotland to Edinburgh, where honour was given in that capital city of her northern kingdom. And thence, by flight, down to RAF Northolt, through rainy London to Buckingham Palace, ceremonially to the lying-in state where so many people came to pay their respects. And now, here to Windsor, for the act of committal.
Royal Please,